You've outgrown some mindsets. You've outgrown some attachments. And God is saying, do not cling to what I am ending. Let it go. This cannot wait. Then God addresses the heaviness you've been carrying. This cannot wait because the enemy has been targeting you. And you didn't realize how close you came to spiritual burnout. You've been feeling tired for no reason. You've been fighting emotions that don't make sense. You've been struggling to stay motivated. You've been battling thoughts that don't feel like your own. You've been sensing pressure in your spirit. This is spiritual warfare, not weakness, not failure, not backsliding. And God steps in with urgency because the enemy launched attacks aimed at your mind, your peace, your identity, your confidence, your clarity. God says, I am strengthening you before you break. I am covering you before the attack reaches you. I am lifting you before darkness pulls you down. This cannot wait. You are being pulled into deeper awareness, not to overwhelm you, but to protect you. Then God turns your attention inward. This cannot wait because I am convicting you about habits that seem small, but hold great power over your future. There are things you've been ignoring, patterns you've been justifying, behaviors you've been putting off changing, areas you've been careless with. You told yourself, I'll fix it later. I'll stop eventually. I'll deal with it when life is less stressful. But God is saying, later is too late. Eventually is dangerous. Another day is not promised. Heaven sees the spiritual consequences that your eyes cannot. God says, if you don't break it now, it will break you later. This cannot wait. Then he speaks to the calling inside you, the one you keep pushing away because it feels too big, too heavy, too scary. This cannot wait because the purpose inside you has been stirring, and it is time. You've been delaying your assignment. You've been minimizing your gifts. You've been doubting your voice. You've been holding back your potential. You told yourself you weren't ready. You told yourself someone else was more qualified. You told yourself you needed more time. But heaven disagrees. God says, you are ready because I am with you. You are chosen because I prepared you. You are capable because I equipped you. You are appointed because I called you, and the world needs what I placed inside you. This is why you feel uncomfortable staying where you are. This is why you feel uneasy doing the bare minimum. This is why you feel like life is pushing you forward even when you try to stand still. Purpose is waking you up, and heaven is insisting this cannot wait. Then God speaks about timing. This cannot wait because the window I am opening for you is temporary, and if you hesitate, you will miss the moment I designed specifically for you. This is a divine season of alignment, a moment where heaven is shaping circumstances around you, a moment where God is softening hearts, preparing opportunities, creating connections. But windows do not stay open forever. Assignments have timing, purposes have seasons, destiny requires decisions. God is not pressuring you. He is protecting you from missing your moment. He whispers, move now. Obey now, shift now, this cannot wait. Finally, he ends part 3 with a message that carries both warning and deep love. My child, I am not rushing you. I am rescuing you. I am not scaring you. I am guiding you. I am not overwhelming you. I am awakening you. This cannot wait because what I am preparing for you is far greater than what you are afraid to leave behind. Heaven is not shouting, heaven is calling. Heaven is not pushing, heaven is positioning, heaven is not warning, heaven is aligning your steps for victory. And God seals this moment with a final truth. Listen to me, trust me, follow me. This cannot wait because your breakthrough is closer than you think. There are moments when God's voice does not come as a suggestion or a gentle nudge. It comes as a divine interruption, a moment that shakes the soul, arrests your attention, and stops you from going any further in a direction that could cost you more than you know. Today, God speaks to you with that kind of intensity. This cannot wait. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, not when things are convenient, not when life settles down. God is saying, move now, listen now, shift now, obey now. Because what is happening in your life right now is not normal. There is a spiritual urgency surrounding you. Heaven is trying to position you for something bigger, something sacred, something life-changing. But the window for this shift is open for only a season. God says, this cannot wait because your spirit is waking up. And if you ignore it, you will fall back into patterns I freed you from. You've been feeling something, a tug, a pull, a heaviness, a strange discomfort in places that used to feel normal, a growing distance from things that once entertained you, a rising sensitivity to things that hurt your peace. This is not mood. This is not confusion. This is not overthinking. This is spiritual awakening. Your spirit is trying to rise, but your old life is trying to pull you back. That's why God is saying, well, this cannot wait. Choose who you are becoming over who you used to be. Then God speaks into the root of your recent battles. This cannot wait because the enemy is targeting your mind right now. Your thoughts have been scattered. Your emotions have been unstable. Your sleep has been disrupted. Your faith has been tested. You've been battling, overthinking, fear, insecurity, old temptations, numbness, spiritual fatigue. This is not random. This is warfare. The enemy senses your elevation long before you see it. He knows that if he can distract your mind now, you will not step into what God has aligned for you. So he attacks your peace, hoping you will surrender your purpose. But God steps in today to break the cycle and declare, do not delay. This cannot wait. Protect your mind. Then God exposes something deeper. This cannot wait because you are one step away from a decision that will shift your entire life. You are standing at a fork in the road. There are two paths before you, one aligned with God's calling and the other aligned with your comfort. Comfort feels familiar. Calling feels demanding. Comfort feels safe. Calling feels risky. Comfort keeps you where you are. Calling elevates you to where God wants you. And heaven is saying, choose my voice over your comfort. This cannot wait. Then God speaks to the hidden part of your heart, the part carrying quiet pain. This cannot wait because I cannot let you carry this wound into your destiny. There is something inside you that still hurts. Something you haven't fully addressed. Someone you haven't truly forgiven. A moment that still shapes you. A memory that still steals peace. A trauma that still echoes in your mind. You've been functioning while broken. Smiling while aching. Moving forward while emotionally stuck. God is not exposing your pain to shame you. He's exposing it to heal you. You cannot enter your next season with a heart still bound to your last one. So God says, let me heal it now. This cannot wait. Then God shifts your attention to your purpose. This cannot wait because I am trying to activate the assignment inside you. You've been sensing a calling, a deeper purpose, a voice inside whispering, there is more. A dissatisfaction with a shallow life. This is not imagination. This is destiny knocking. There are gifts inside you that you haven't used. There is influence inside you that you haven't stepped into. There are people assigned to your future that you haven't met yet. There are places God wants to take you that require obedience. Now. You cannot keep postponing your calling. You cannot keep hiding behind fear. You cannot keep shrinking to fit old environments. You cannot keep delaying the work God has placed in your spirit. Heaven is urging you, move, start, try, speak, build, begin. This cannot wait. Then God reveals a deeper truth. This cannot wait because blessings are aligned with your obedience, and delayed obedience becomes disobedience. You've been praying for new doors, but new doors require old habits to end. You've been asking for breakthrough, but breakthrough requires alignment. You've been wanting God to move, but God is waiting for your step. The timing of heaven is precise, and the window is open. God is saying, do not miss what I am releasing. This cannot wait. Finally, God speaks with the authority of a father and the tenderness of a savior. My child, listen closely. You are entering a defining moment. What you choose now will shape the next chapter of your life. I am calling you with urgency so you do not drift into a future that is beneath your purpose. Heaven is moving. The atmosphere around your life is shifting. Your spirit is awakening. Your path is being redirected. And God seals this part with a final, holy declaration. Do not delay. Do not wait. Do not ignore my voice. This cannot wait, because what I have prepared for you is closer than you think. Your heart knows it. Your spirit feels it. Your destiny depends on it. There are moments when God speaks softly, and then there are moments like this. Moments when his voice doesn't come as a suggestion or a gentle nudge, but as an urgent alignment, a divine interruption meant to shift your entire direction. And in this moment, God is speaking with holy intensity. This cannot wait. You may not fully understand why. You may not see the full picture. You may not feel ready, strong, or prepared. But heaven sees what is moving around you, what is approaching, what is forming. God sees the unseen. And because of that, he is rushing your spirit into awareness. God says, this cannot wait because the window I have opened for you is time sensitive. Opportunities are aligning. People are being positioned. Doors are opening quietly. Resources are shifting in your favor. Angels are already preparing the next chapter, but divine windows do not stay open forever. Delay can disconnect you from destiny. Hesitation can cause you to miss what was meant for you. Fear can keep you tied to a season God is ending. He whispers, move when I say move, obey when I speak, step when I call you, because what I am opening now will not remain open the same way later. Then God turns your attention inward. This cannot wait because your heart is changing, and I cannot let you go back to what broke you. You've been fighting silent battles. You've been wrestling with inner wounds. You've been healing from old trauma. You've been outgrowing old versions of yourself. And God sees the transformation happening inside you, and he refuses to allow the enemy to drag you back into the same patterns. He says, your healing is fragile, and the enemy wants to interrupt it. That is why this cannot wait. There are connections God is urging you to let go of now. There are habits he is pushing you to end now. There are boundaries he wants you to set now. There are prayers he is calling you to pray now. Not next week, not when you feel ready, not when things settle, now. Because your heart is finally in the right posture to receive what he has been trying to give you for years. Then God reveals something deeper. This cannot wait because your spirit is awakening. You felt it, that stirring inside you, that sudden sensitivity, that increased awareness, that spiritual alertness rising inside you. You're noticing things you ignored before. You're feeling things others don't feel. You're discerning lies behind smiles. You're sensing truth behind silence. You're picking up warnings you once overlooked. This is not imagination. This is growth. Your spirit is waking up. Your discernment is being sharpened. Your inner voice is aligning with God's voice. When the spirit awakens, delay becomes dangerous. God says, this cannot wait because your discernment is becoming a weapon, and I need you to use it now. Then he speaks to the battles you've been facing. This cannot wait because the enemy is planning attacks that obedience can prevent. Some of the warfare you've been experiencing has not been random. The heaviness, the confusion, the sudden discouragement, the fear, the temptation, the pressure, all of this is strategic. Hell knows you're close to something big, close to clarity, close to breakthrough, close to elevation, close to purpose. The enemy cannot stop what God is doing, but he can distract you long enough for you to miss the timing. That is why God is being urgent. He says, if you obey me now, the enemy will lose the foothold he is trying to build. Your obedience will block the attack. Your surrender will disarm the trap. Your movement will confuse the enemy. Your decision will close the door to spiritual interference. Then God speaks to something personal and deeply felt. This cannot wait because I am breaking generational patterns through you. You were chosen to break cycles. You were chosen to break curses. You were chosen to break family patterns of fear, addiction, dysfunction, poverty, or emotional pain. The weight you feel is generational. The resistance you feel is spiritual. The pressure you feel is historical. Your obedience is the turning point. The moment the cycle shifts, the moment the curse collapses, the moment a new legacy begins. God says the change begins with you, and it begins now. Then he reveals another truth. This cannot wait because the blessing I am preparing for you requires preparation. Blessing without preparation can become burden. Elevation without character can become destruction. Breakthrough without wisdom can become chaos. So God is preparing you, preparing your mindset, preparing your character, preparing your spirit, preparing your heart. He says, what I am giving you is too big for the unprepared version of you. This cannot wait, because you must grow into the capacity required for what's coming. Then with deep tenderness, God speaks to the pain you've been carrying. This cannot wait because I am ready to heal you, and your heart is finally open. Some wounds you carried silently for years, some pain you hid behind strength, some trauma you never had language for, some disappointment you buried instead of releasing. But now, your heart is open, your spirit is soft, your walls are lower, your desire for healing is real. God sees that moment, and He refuses to let it pass. He whispers, I must heal you now, because your future depends on it. Lastly, God speaks with holy finality. My child, listen to me. This cannot wait. What I am doing in you is urgent. What I am calling you into is divine. What I am shifting in your life is time sensitive. What I am removing is dangerous. What I am restoring is necessary. What I am preparing is greater than you imagine. Heaven is moving. Your spirit is awakening. Your future is approaching. And God closes this part with one powerful, unforgettable truth. Obey me now. Move now. Listen now. This cannot wait, because the next chapter is ready, and so are you. There are moments in your journey when God does not wait for you to feel ready, confident, or comfortable. There are moments when He steps into the middle of your hesitation and speaks with a tone that carries divine urgency. And today, God is speaking into your spirit with a voice that does not whisper. It presses, it pulls, it commands. This cannot wait. Because something is happening around you that you cannot ignore. Because something is shifting within you that you cannot delay. Because something is approaching you that you cannot be passive about. Heaven is moving, destiny is calling, purpose is rising, and God is not allowing you to shrink back anymore. God says, this cannot wait because I am awakening something inside you that has been asleep for too long. For months, even years, you carried a quiet knowing that you were made for something more. You felt potential inside you never fully tapped into. You felt ideas, dreams, and visions stirring, yet you pushed them aside. You felt a deeper calling, but you were afraid to step into it. Life distracted you, pain drained you, fear silenced you, overthinking delayed you. But heaven says, no more delaying, no more doubting, no more diminishing yourself, no more hiding. Your spirit is waking up, your discernment is sharpening, your hunger for God is rising, your purpose is beginning to breathe again. This cannot wait, because this is your moment of spiritual reactivation. Then God goes deeper. This cannot wait because there are doors opening for you that require immediate obedience. These aren't normal doors. These aren't average opportunities. These aren't coincidences. These are divine alignments, strategic openings crafted by God's hand. But doors have timing. Doors have seasons. Doors have windows that eventually close. God is saying, move now, step now, decide now, seek now, obey now. Your overthinking will make you miss what God is trying to release. Your fear will sabotage what heaven prepared. Your hesitation will cost you opportunities meant to shift your entire life. This is why God is speaking sharply. This is why He is stirring urgency. This is why He is pressing your spirit. Then God reveals something even heavier. This cannot wait because the enemy is trying to get ahead of your breakthrough. You've noticed the sudden attacks, the emotional heaviness, the strange discouragement, the temptations resurfacing, the confusion hitting you out of nowhere, the conflicts appearing in places where there used to be peace. These aren't random. These aren't accidents. These aren't coincidences. This is strategy. The enemy can sense you are getting close to something powerful. He can feel the spiritual shift happening around you. He knows what God is preparing to release, and he wants to distract you before it happens. But God steps in and says, wake up, strengthen yourself, stay alert. This cannot wait. Then God touches the area that has been hurting you deeply. This cannot wait because your heart needs healing now, not later. You've been functioning while wounded. You've been smiling while bleeding. You've been carrying emotional weight without rest. You've been managing storms others don't know exist. And God says, enough. Your heart needs me now. Your soul needs rest now. Your spirit needs peace now. Healing delayed becomes healing denied. You cannot carry unresolved pain into your next season. You cannot bring old wounds into new blessings. You cannot build destiny on a broken foundation. This cannot wait, because your future requires a healed version of you. Then God speaks with a voice that shakes the spirit. This cannot wait, because I am calling you into alignment. Alignment in your habits, alignment in your thinking, alignment in your relationships, alignment in your priorities, alignment in your character. You've tolerated things that weaken you. You've entertained voices that confuse you. You've allowed environments that drain you. You've accepted patterns that sabotage you. But heaven is cleaning your life. Heaven is pruning your attachments. Heaven is reordering your steps. And God says, cooperate with me. Let go when I say let go. Step back when I say step back. Move when I say move. Because misalignment destroys what God is trying to build. And this is a season where alignment is not optional, it is essential. Then God reveals the most powerful truth of this part. This cannot wait, because I am about to release something that requires your readiness. A blessing, a shift, a breakthrough, a new path, a new identity, a new level of spiritual maturity, a destiny-defining moment. But God cannot release what you are not prepared to carry. He says, get ready now, prepare now, strengthen now, clean up now, seek me now. Because what he is about to send will stretch you, elevate you, and change you forever. Finally, God ends this part with a voice full of power, love, and divine urgency. My child, listen, this cannot wait. Your spirit cannot wait. Your calling cannot wait. Your healing cannot wait. Your growth cannot wait. Your destiny cannot wait. The time is now. Heaven is leaning in. Angels are moving on assignment. God's hand is shifting your atmosphere. And the final whisper echoes into your soul. Move with me now. Obey me now. Trust me now. This cannot wait, because what comes next will transform your life. There are moments when God speaks in whispers, and then there are moments when heaven moves with urgency. A shift happens in your spirit, a weight lands on your heart, and you suddenly feel that something bigger than you is unfolding. You don't have the full picture yet, but you know this. God is trying to get your attention, and today his message comes with a tone you cannot ignore. This cannot wait. Something in your life has reached a point where delay is dangerous, where postponing obedience comes with a cost, where ignoring the tug in your spirit limits what God is trying to release, where hesitating keeps you stuck in a cycle you were meant to break. God is saying that what he needs from you right now is not later, not next month, not when you feel ready, but now. He whispers, this cannot wait, because I am opening a door that will not remain open forever. This is a moment of divine timing, a window of grace, a season where what you do now determines what you experience next. God has prepared opportunities. Heaven has aligned resources. Angels have gone ahead of you. But you must step. You must move. You must obey the nudge. Saul lost his destiny because he moved at the wrong time. The Israelites missed the promised land because they hesitated in their fear. The rich young ruler walked away because he delayed surrender. Timing matters in the kingdom. And God is saying this moment is not just another season, it is a divine appointment. Then God shifts the tone deeper. This cannot wait, because there is something in your life that must end now. There is a boundary you must set, a pattern you must break, a relationship you must stop entertaining, a habit you must confront, a lie you must stop believing. You've been wrestling with it for weeks, maybe months. You've been feeling the discomfort, but suppressing it. You've been sensing the warning signs, but ignoring them. God is saying, stop pretending you don't hear me. Stop delaying what you know must be done. Stop explaining away the conviction in your spirit. This cannot wait. Your promised future is being suffocated by something God is trying to remove. And then he speaks to your heart with even greater urgency. This cannot wait, because there is healing I want to begin in you today. You've carried wounds long enough. You've lived with emotional scars long enough. You've held pain in silence long enough. Your heart has been conditioned to survive, not to thrive. You built walls to protect yourself, but those same walls now block your breakthrough. God says, let me in now. Let me touch the place you keep hiding. Let me begin the healing you've postponed. The longer you wait, the heavier the burden grows, the deeper the wound settles, the more the enemy uses it against you. Healing cannot wait because your future needs a whole you, not a hurting you. Then God reveals another layer. This cannot wait because someone you need to disconnect from is draining your spirit. Some people aren't evil, but they are interfering with your calling. Some conversations are weakening your discernment. Some friendships are confusing your spirit. Some emotional ties are blocking your growth. You've been trying to hold on, hoping things would change. You've been avoiding the discomfort of letting go. You've been convincing yourself to stay where your soul feels small. But when God says walk away, you must walk away. He whispers, your peace is too expensive to be sacrificed. Your spirit is too sensitive to be contaminated. Your destiny is too valuable to be delayed. This cannot wait. Then God looks into the future you've yet to see. This cannot wait because I am preparing you for a blessing that requires readiness. What God is planning for you is bigger than your imagination, bigger than your experience, bigger than your resources, bigger than your network. But big blessings require big preparation. Big responsibilities require big character. Big futures require big faith. You cannot walk into the next season with the same mindset from the last one. You cannot carry old habits into new opportunities. You cannot bring old attitudes into new authority. God says, get ready now, prepare now, position yourself now, because what He is bringing next is too significant to meet an unprepared version of you. Then God shifts to the spiritual realm. This cannot wait because the enemy is launching attacks that require your alertness. This is not the time to be spiritually sleepy, not the time to be careless, not the time to drift, not the time to ignore your intuition. The enemy is hoping you delay. He is hoping you hesitate. He is hoping you say, tomorrow, because every delay gives darkness space to move. But God is saying, wake up, discern, pray, guard your heart, protect your spirit. This cannot wait, because spiritual battles are won in moments of immediate obedience. Finally, God speaks with the authority of a father and the urgency of a commander. My child, this cannot wait. Not because I am rushing you, but because I am rescuing you. Not because I want pressure, but because I want protection. Not because I want urgency, but because I want alignment. Heaven is moving. Destiny is shifting. Doors are opening. Cycles are breaking. Warfare is intensifying. Purpose is awakening. And God ends this part with words that strike the soul. Move now. Obey now. Choose now. Surrender now. This cannot wait, because what I am bringing into your life is too important, too powerful, and too time-sensitive to be delayed. This is your moment. This is your turning point. This is your divine summons. Because when God says this cannot wait, it means your breakthrough is closer than you think. There are moments when God's voice doesn't wait for the perfect timing or the perfect mood. It breaks into your day, into your thoughts, into your atmosphere with urgency that you can feel. And today, that urgency is heavier than ever. God is not whispering. He is not suggesting. He is not hinting. He is speaking with divine weight. My child, this cannot wait. You've been holding something inside your heart, a decision, a fear, a calling, a conviction, and heaven is pressing in. This is not the moment to delay, to postpone, to ignore, or to silence the inner voice pulling at you. Something in your life is shifting, and God must address it now. He says, this cannot wait because your spirit is waking up faster than your life is changing. You've started feeling things differently. You've started noticing things you once ignored. You've started questioning things you used to accept. You've started craving truth more than comfort. Your spirit is ahead of your circumstances right now. You are outgrowing situations, conversations, habits, and environments, and you feel the tension inside. This tension isn't confusion, it's growth. This discomfort isn't punishment, it's preparation. And God needs you to respond before you slip back into old patterns. He whispers, this cannot wait because the window I've opened for you is time sensitive. Opportunities don't last forever. Connections don't last forever. Moments of favor don't last forever. There is a door God has cracked open for you, but if you hesitate too long, fear will close what faith was supposed to walk through. You've been praying for change, praying for direction, praying for clarity, and heaven has positioned the moment perfectly. But God sees what you don't. That moment has a spiritual expiration, and if you wait until you feel ready, you'll miss what God has already prepared. He says, move when I tell you, not when it feels comfortable. Then God speaks deeper into the part of you that has been delaying healing. This cannot wait because the longer you carry this wound, the deeper it roots into your life. There is something inside you, a hurt you never voiced, a betrayal you never confronted, a memory you never processed, a fear you never released. You buried it, thinking time would heal it, but time only hides wounds. Only God heals them. And God is saying, you cannot carry this into your next season. You cannot let this pain shape your decisions anymore. You cannot allow old wounds to create new battles. You cannot let trauma define your identity. Healing must begin now, not when you have time, not when life slows down, not when circumstances feel easier. Pain unattended becomes poison, and God refuses to let poison leak into the destiny He has for you. Then God speaks to your relationships and connections. This cannot wait because the wrong people are influencing you in subtle ways. There is someone near you whose presence pulls you off track. Quietly, gently, slowly. They don't look harmful. They may even look supportive, but your spirit feels uneasy around them. That uneasiness is not paranoia, it's discernment. And God is saying, pay attention. Something is shifting behind the scenes. Motives are changing, spirits are clashing, paths are dividing. You cannot ignore it any longer. There is someone you must distance yourself from before their influence pulls you out of alignment. God says, I am revealing this now because protection delayed becomes danger. Then God speaks into your calling. This cannot wait because I have placed something inside you that must be activated now. You have a gift you've been neglecting, a purpose you've been postponing, a calling you've been pushing aside because life feels too busy, too unstable, too overwhelming. But God says, I gave you that gift for a reason. I put that fire in your spirit for a reason. I stirred that idea in your mind for a reason. I placed that passion in your heart for a reason. And the world needs what I planted in you. The enemy hopes you procrastinate long enough to forget it, but heaven is stirring you urgently because the timing is divine. God whispers, what I called you to do must begin now. Then God speaks into your spiritual life. This cannot wait because the enemy is making moves against you, and you must strengthen your spirit before the attack reaches its full force. You've been feeling more sensitive lately, more emotional, more overwhelmed, more confused, more spiritually restless. This is not random. This is warfare in its early stages, and God is protecting you by waking you up early. He says, come back to me, reconnect, pray deeper, listen longer, stay alert, stay guarded. Because strengthening your spirit now prevents the battle from breaking you later. God then speaks into the hesitation you've been carrying. This cannot wait because delayed obedience becomes disobedience. You know what God has been nudging you to do, a conversation to end, a door to close, a step to take, a habit to break, a boundary to set, a dream to begin. But you've been waiting, hesitating, calculating, overthinking, and heaven is saying, enough. This is not the time to stall. This is not the time to negotiate with conviction. This is not the time to look back. This is not the time to choose comfort over calling. God ends this part with a tone that is tender and urgent at the same time. My child, what I am trying to protect you from cannot wait. What I am trying to lead you into cannot wait. What I am preparing your heart for cannot wait. What is coming requires your obedience now. Heaven is moving. Your spirit is stirring. Your future is aligning. Your calling is waking up. And God seals this moment with one final truth. Respond now. Step now. Heal now. Obey now. Because what I am releasing next is too important for you to delay. There are moments in your life when God speaks softly. And then there are moments like this, when heaven's urgency rises, when the Spirit presses heavily on your heart, and God says, not tomorrow, not later, not eventually. This cannot wait. This moment you're in is not random. This stirring inside you is not imagined. This shift in your spirit is not confusion. This heaviness, this clarity, this inner pull, it's divine. God is trying to get your attention now because the window you're standing in is critical. What he's about to reveal is not for a distant future. It's for this very season. He whispers, "This cannot wait because I'm about to move in your life, and you must be positioned correctly." There are blessings forming in the spiritual realm. There are breakthroughs being aligned. There are chains weakening. There are answers on the way. There are opportunities being arranged. But to receive them, you must be in the right posture. Spiritually awake, emotionally steady, mentally focused, and obedient to what God is whispering. Heaven is setting the scene. Doors are shifting. People are being moved. Paths are being cleared. And God says, you cannot be spiritually asleep in such a crucial moment. Then God speaks deeper. This cannot wait because I've been warning you about certain things, and now it's time to act. He warned you about certain people. He warned you about certain habits. He warned you about certain environments. He warned you about certain decisions. But you hesitated. You delayed. You doubted yourself. You ignored the red flags because comfort felt easier. But God says, the time for ignoring my voice is over. What I'm telling you now is essential for your protection. This cannot wait because disobedience in this season will cost more than you think. Your peace is on the line. Your clarity is on the line. Your progress is on the line. Your spiritual growth is on the line. Your future is on the line. Then God reveals another layer. This cannot wait because there are people attached to your obedience. Someone's healing is tied to your obedience. Someone's blessing is tied to your obedience. Someone's breakthrough is tied to your obedience. Someone's salvation is tied to your obedience. You are not being shaped for yourself only. Your calling carries influence. Your voice carries impact. Your life carries purpose. There are people God intends to touch through you, and they cannot receive what they need if you stay stuck in delay. God says, I need you aligned, ready, awake, because others will be saved through the anointing I'm placing on you. Then God turns to the inner battles you've been fighting. This cannot wait because the enemy has been trying to weaken you before your next season begins. Have you noticed the sudden distractions, the random emotional heaviness, the unexpected discouragement, the old temptations returning, the confusion swirling around your decisions, the tiredness that hits your spirit out of nowhere? These are not coincidences. They are strategies. The enemy knows something is coming. He can feel heaven shifting. He sees you getting stronger. He sees you waking up spiritually. He sees your purpose rising. So he's trying to drain you before you rise. But God says, stand firm. Do not give in. Do not retreat. You're closer to breakthrough than you realize. And breakthrough moments cannot be treated casually. They require full spiritual alertness. Then God speaks to your heart with tenderness. This cannot wait because what you are praying for is also praying for you. The door you're seeking is seeking you. The breakthrough you're waiting for is waiting for you. The blessing you want is prepared and ready. The healing you need is already initiated. But heaven needs your cooperation. This is why God is pressing you. This is why the message is urgent. This is why the timing is now. Then God reveals a difficult truth. This cannot wait because the longer you hold on to what I'm trying to remove, the more it will hurt you. Some relationships must end. Some habits must die. Some connections must be severed. Some mindsets must shift. Some environments must be left behind. Holding on to what God is trying to take away only increases the pain. You've tried to fix it. You've tried to make it work. You've tried to justify it. You've tried to ignore the discomfort. But God says, let it go now, before it delays what I'm sending next. Then God speaks with divine authority. This cannot wait because I am opening a door that will not stay open forever. This is a seasonal window, a divine moment of alignment. And God wants you ready in spirit, ready in obedience, ready in clarity, ready in faith. Because what's coming next will happen suddenly, rapidly, unexpectedly, powerfully. Heaven is preparing to accelerate things in your life, and acceleration requires readiness. Finally, God closes this part with a message that goes straight to your soul. My child, what I am about to do in your life cannot wait. Your healing cannot wait. Your obedience cannot wait. Your surrender cannot wait. Your breakthrough cannot wait. Your calling cannot wait. You are stepping into a moment prepared long before your birth. Walk with me now, not later. And then with overwhelming love and urgency, God declares, move, listen, obey. This cannot wait because your life is about to change. There are moments in your spiritual journey when God does not whisper, He does not suggest, He does not give gentle nudges. He speaks with urgency, a divine urgency that shakes your soul awake, a heavenly call that demands your attention. And today, God speaks with that unmistakable power. My child, this cannot wait. You've reached a point where delay is dangerous. Hesitation is costly. Silence is no longer an option. This moment is spiritual, and heaven is calling you higher, deeper, closer, and it cannot wait any longer. God says, this cannot wait because what I placed inside you is needed now. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, not when life becomes easier, not when circumstances become comfortable. Now, there are people whose breakthrough is tied to your obedience. There are doors that won't open until you take the first step. There are battles you will win the moment you stop postponing your calling. You keep imagining that you need more, but heaven is saying, you already have what you need for this season. The time you've been waiting for is the time you are standing in now. Then God speaks even deeper. This cannot wait because what you are holding on to is slowing you down. The pain you've been nurturing, the memories you keep replaying, the grudges you haven't released, the voices you keep believing, the habits that keep weakening you. Heaven is addressing the weight you keep carrying. You want breakthrough, but you're dragging chains. You want clarity, but you're holding confusion. You want peace, but you're entertaining what destroys peace. God says, let it go, all of it. You cannot walk into destiny carrying dead things. This cannot wait because your next season requires a lighter heart. Then God speaks to the hidden part of you. This cannot wait because the enemy has increased his pressure against you. You felt the intensity, the sudden heaviness, the emotional exhaustion, the mental battles, the spiritual weariness, the strange dreams, the unexpected warfare. These weren't random. These were indicators of spiritual activity. But God says, the enemy attacked because he sees what I'm about to release over your life. You are closer to a breakthrough than you realize, closer to clarity, closer to the answer, closer to the blessing, closer to the shift. That's why hell is fighting you hardest right now. But heaven is stepping in and declaring, this cannot wait. You must rise now. Then God speaks to your calling. This cannot wait because the world needs the version of you that I have been shaping in private. The world doesn't need your perfection. It needs your truth. It doesn't need your strength. It needs your testimony. It doesn't need your mask. It needs your story. Everything you've gone through has been part of your preparation. Every wound became wisdom. Every tear became depth. Every disappointment became discernment. Every season of silence became strength. Heaven has invested too much in you for you to sit quietly on the sidelines. Then God's voice softens, but the urgency remains. This cannot wait because your healing is tied to your obedience. There is freedom waiting on the other side of the step you've been afraid to take. There is peace waiting on the other side of the conversation you've avoided. There is restoration waiting on the other side of forgiveness. There is clarity waiting on the other side of surrender. You keep praying for healing, but healing is waiting for your yes. You keep asking for direction, but direction is waiting for your obedience. You keep asking for signs, but the sign is already in your spirit. The tug, the conviction, the restlessness. God says, stop delaying what I have already confirmed. Then God reveals something powerful. This cannot wait because you are stepping into a prophetic moment. A divine alignment is happening. Connections are being orchestrated. People are being positioned. Opportunities are being prepared. Paths are being cleared. But prophetic windows do not stay open forever. You must move when heaven moves. God says, do not let fear make decisions for you. Do not let insecurity silence you. Do not let your past paralyze you. This moment is holy. This moment is critical. This moment is appointed. Then God speaks to your fear of failure. This cannot wait because you are not who you used to be. You're stronger now, wiser now, more discerning now, more grounded now, more spiritually awake now, more faithful now. You've survived storms that should have destroyed you. You've walked through fire that should have consumed you. You've endured battles that should have broken you. But here you are, still standing, still believing, still growing, still chosen. God says, do not underestimate who you are becoming. Then heaven speaks with finality. My child, the time is now. Rise, move, obey, act, step forward, step out, step up. This cannot wait. Because the future God prepared is on the other side of action. The healing God promised is on the other side of surrender. The blessing God ordained is on the other side of faith. The breakthrough heaven scheduled is on the other side of obedience. And God seals this message with a final, powerful truth. What I am about to do in your life requires your immediate yes. Do not delay. Do not hesitate. Do not fear. This cannot wait because your destiny is calling. You feel it. Your spirit knows it. Your heart recognizes it. Heaven is echoing it. This moment, this message, this calling cannot wait.